I'm Bruno Reynolds, a managing consultant at Oxentia, and this is Dom Isley, a patent attorney and partner at Impact IP. Dom, tell us about Impact IP.
Thanks, Bruno. Yeah, we set up Impact IP in September last year. It's a boutique IP practice. We focus on spin-outs and SMEs, particularly in the Oxford and London area.
So what are trade secrets?
Well, the kind of legal definition of a trade secret is a piece of information that has value because it is secret. Probably more important is, why is it? Why are they useful? And the key thing really to understand for me is that they've always been important. Everyone knows about the Coca-Cola recipe. Whether that exists or not, who knows? But it's in the public consciousness. But recently, and over the last 5 years, particularly led by the US, there are now specific laws to protect against misappropriation of trade secrets. And all companies have trade secrets, regardless of whether they're a property company or a technology company. Everyone has trade secrets. And so you've got to take advantage of these laws, because if you don't, then your competitors will be. But equally, you need to be able to manage and retain the value in your company and protect yourself against potential IP risks as well.
So can you give us some examples of trade secrets?
So trade secrets can be any form of information. So they could be customer lists, it could be an algorithm, it could be commercial terms in a collaboration agreement which you don't want to go into the public domain. But a large part of them will be technical trade secrets, so SOPs, manufacturing processes, information that you don't want to put into a patent which would publish but still has high value because it took you a long time to work out. A good test would be, name 10 pieces of information you'd be really upset if your competitor got hold of. Those are your trade secrets.
So what steps then should CEOs and other C-suites take to protect their trade secrets?
Well, the good news is that it's pretty straightforward, actually. It's, you could call it low-hanging fruit. There are 5 sort of key things that you need to do. The US and European and UK law kind of refers to reasonable steps. The company has to take reasonable steps to make sure that its trade secrets have been looked after if they want to assert the law against misappropriation of those trade secrets. And so what is reasonable? Well, I think it's probably fair to say that what's reasonable for a large company like GSK might be completely different from what's reasonable for a small company of 3 or 4 academics in a spin-out. But all of whatever size of company, they still have to, in my view, follow 5 key things. So they have to do training, train their staff, on a fairly regular basis, maybe 6 or 12 months. They need to have a register of trade secrets so they can show what the trade secret relates to. Not the information of it, not the critical information, but just that there is a trade secret and that it exists. They need to have access restrictions to those trade secrets. So, in the old days that would be a bit of paper written down goes into the safe, and only certain people have keys or the codes for the safe. In modern times it's an IT solution now. Only certain people within the company should have access to certain trade secrets. And then the 5th one would be when people join the company as part of the induction process, you should point out, don't bring other companies' trade secrets into this company to avoid pollution. That's the SKLG problem. And equally, when people leave, remind them these are your obligations. You can't take the company's confidential information with you when you go on to a competitor.
Thank you, Dom, for telling us about trade secrets.
It's been a pleasure.
If anybody wants to get in contact about trade secrets or any other IP rights, how should they do that?
Well, they can obviously contact yourself at Oxentia or contact me at Impact IP. I think we're going to put the links to our websites and to our LinkedIn profiles into the description of this video.
Thank you.